Legends, welcome back in our ongoing Mission Possible series. This is our inner series on FIRE, financial independence and retire early, or financial income and retire early, however you want to title it. This one is income strategies. Let's go. Now, mission in brief. We're going to discuss income streams and how many do you think you're going to need, income ideas, covering the basics of your budget, as well as extracurricular activities in your budget, different income streams, budgeting, and how's your cash flow? Do you really know? Your current mindset, and leaving a financial legacy for your family. Types of income. Now, we have earned income, which is everybody pretty much starts there, which is earned from working the job. Profit income, earned from buying and selling products, which you could buy cars, resell them, buy houses, resell them. Interest income, earned from lending money. Good example, that's going to be DRIP and Animal Farm coming up when we have the lending added in there. Residual income, earned when your job is done and you still get paid. Essentially, I guess I could say that's almost like my retirement. Dividend income, earned through owning stocks and companies. Rental income, of course, is through owning rental properties. Capital gains, earned through selling appreciated assets. Really, that comes with stocks and stuff like that. And of course, royalty income, earned through someone else selling your idea. Say you write an ebook and you just continue to get the royalties from it, from the sales. Now, there's a lot of different ideas. We're not going to go through a gazillion of them. You can, like I said, you can create a course. You can write an ebook. Like I said, you can have rental income coming in, affiliate marketing, flip retail products on eBay, or you can do Shopify or whatever. You can sell photography or sell photos online. You can buy crowdfunded real estate. Everybody chip in and get that. My wife and I are getting ready to do that with Pace Morby. Peer-to-peer lending, of course, like we getting ready to get with DRIP. Of course, my dividend stocks is high on my list. Rental properties, of course. High yield savings account. I have to laugh because we know they don't pay nothing close to DRIP or to the Animal Farm. Crypto passive income opportunities, the Animal Farm, of course, as well as DRIP. CD ladders. Forget the CD ladders. You can just do the DRIP with multiple wallets and do the same thing. Annuities, and of course, invest in a real estate investment trust. Your goal is always passive income. It's money that, like you said, you want to be making money while you're sleeping. You want your money working for you 24/7, the way DRIP does. You can look in your DRIP every couple of minutes or every minute if you want to, and your available is going to be increasing every minute. Okay, now your budget. Of course, now you have the budget in your basics, and then you have budgeting extracurricular activities. You have to include everything you can possibly think of. You don't want to go into FIRE mode and then everything on the left side is budgeted for. However, you didn't budget for none of the extracurricular activities. Okay, now on the regular basic side, of course, you're going to have your rent, the mortgage, food, electric, water, cell phone, internet, gas for your car, insurance for your car, health insurance wherever you're located. Now, if your retirement package or from your company when you retired doesn't cover that, then you need to have health insurance. And you have to have that emergency fund there. And of course, you want to have your ULI, your infinite banking account. Okay, now on the extracurricular activities, these are the things you have to account for. Eating out. If you and your significant other are at FIRE mode, what are you not going to go get some Chick-fil-A? If you're in another country, you're not going to go eat out? Come on. What kind of life are you going to enjoy if you want seafood? How are you going to live in Costa Rica or somewhere in the Caribbean and don't get fresh seafood prepared for you and really at a really, really, really low cost? Entertainment, movies and dancing. And now in Costa Rica, when we moved there in 2011, they already had the movie theaters like we have now in the States with the stadium seats. In Costa Rica, they bring the food to you. They give you a menu and they bring the food to you. You can rent it out for your birthday party. We blew the States away when Costa Rica, because that was there in 2008 or 2009. They had the stadium seats. We didn't even get him here in Texas, at least until 2015. I think we finally got him here in Texas. Anyhow, You're going to want to go dancing with your significant other. When we was in Costa Rica, we went salsa dancing. Now, granted, I am not a salsa person. I just followed the lead of my wife. Just and then entertainment with your friends and family, having cookouts. Like when we was in Costa Rica, our great friend Aurelio, we buy the stuff and we cook out at his house or vice versa. So all kind of things like that. Then you're going to travel locally. Now inside Costa Rica, everything was built in. We had our own amusement park. You had Zoo Ave with all the animals. You had the iguanas running around and all that kind of stuff. And then, of course, then you, like I said, you can go to the Caribbean side, or you had the option of going to the Pacific side. The beach house was on the Pacific side, but the Caribbean side was just beautiful. Manuel Antonio National Park. Oh my God. Whew, if y'all ever get the opportunity. Then, of course, you got international traveling. You're going to want, there's so many things to see in the world and so many different experiences and memories. Oh man, like I said, legends about, we rode the camels through the desert, racing them across the desert in Egypt, at the Great Pyramids of Giza, at the Sphinx. Oh my God, we've been everywhere in the Caribbean, Belize, Honduras. Oh my God. Roatan, she's everywhere. Panama, just everywhere over here in the Caribbean. Aruba, Curacao. Of course, I don't know how many times we went to Bahamas to Atlantis. I know I went the first time when I broke my ankle in Krav Maga. Then I had to go again because I didn't get to enjoy myself. So we went back again. Then I got to do all the fun stuff. Anyhow, your fitness, you're going to have a gym. I can't remember how much we paid for our gym membership in Costa Rica because it was paid in colones and not American dollars. I think it might have been maybe 20 American dollars a month for the both of us. It's been a while. And of course, you have your gifts and your holidays. Now, it depends on how you work that. If you're gifting a drip wallet, that's something different. Or if you have a business, you can put all that gifts and all that kind of stuff built into your business. So it comes as a business expense. Legends, there's so many options out here. Let's continue. Okay, so now we're going to just go through a random household budget. Your rent and mortgage, $1,500. Like I said, in Costa Rica, I paid $1,000 a month for a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath condominium in Heredia. That's where we lived for the time we were in Costa Rica. Food, I spent about almost $800 a month in food in Costa Rica because food was expensive. A regular box of Apple Jacks was $7.50. A 5-pack of bratwurst from Johnsonville was $9. So unless you want to eat like a Costa Rican, which is rice and beans and all that kind of stuff, I still was just eating American. I still wanted steaks. I still wanted my ribeye. So I paid. I didn't worry, but that's what I'm saying. You design your lifestyle the way you want to. So I'll just go ahead through. So food, $500 a month. Electric, $200 a month. Our electric was really cheap. Water was like $8 a month. We didn't really have a large electric bill. We didn't even have heat or air conditioning in our condo. We only had a couple of fans because we lived in the Central Valley and it's always 75 to 79 degrees all the time. Cell phone, I can't remember. It's $50. Internet, $100. Gas for your car, $200. Auto insurance, $150. Health insurance, that's for you being covered for your health insurance. You'd have to find a great policy, especially if you're going international. Your emergency account, and again on that health insurance, that was covered in the previous MP F.I.R.E 10-4. Your emergency account, your UIL, and that's your infinite banking account, and then your extracurricular activities. So we totaled up right around $7,700 a month. Now, how do we get there? Now, besides for your regular job that you're already currently doing, you can use your drip dividends. This is why I say that people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. You have the opportunity to plan accordingly. Say your time is 2030. That's your FIRE date, 1 January 2030. You have 7 years to open up your drip, max your drip wallets out, or however you want to do it. You don't have to wait till they max out. Just start moving the money to wherever you want to move. You get a certain amount of divs, put it in the pig pen, a certain amount to the dog pound, a certain amount to the farms, a certain amount to the pools. Then you create additional drip wallets to sustain you through. Then you can buy some dividend stocks, whatever business you want to get here in the States, purchase some real estate, rental real estate that you want to have. Your choice. You decide You and your partner decide what way you want to go, what avenue or income streams you want to use. But all of that can be derived from your drip dividends. Don't even have to use your work income. That's why I'm saying you can speed this up so much quicker. Technically, you can almost do it in 2 years instead of waiting 7 years to 2020. That's on you. Okay, so now you have your income streams coming in. So now we're doing this hypothetical. You did your investment, you put some money into the pig pen, and we're going with really modest returns here. So pig pen, you put in some funds in there, you get just $50 a day, $50 from the dog pound each day. Drip, your second drip account, just $100. Your dividend stocks are paying you $2,000 a month. Your businesses that you invested in paying $2,500 a month, and then your real estate from your rental income is paying you $1,500 a month. And then, like you see over here on the right, so we're talking the pig pen is paying you $1,500 a month, the dog pound $1,500, $3,000 from your second drip account, and legends, you already know this is attainable. That's easy money. Even with drip being at $3 and something cent, I can still pull in over $10,000 a month just from that one drip account. So this is from multiple income streams here. So for a grand total of $12,000 a month. Now, $12,000 a month coming in, $7,775 a month in bills and all that other, and that's including all your basics as well as your extracurricular activities. That still leaves you $4,225 left over, which you can take some of that, 2/3 of that, and reinvest it in something else to continue to have the money coming in. This, folks, this is easy to do. It's just a matter of planning it. And that's why when you're deciding where to put the funds, you diversify the funds. You don't want, as you know, I'm all drip in Animal Farm. However, you don't just want all your eggs in one basket. I would never say that. I don't even do that. We have real estate here in Texas. We have real estate in Ohio. We have real estate in Costa Rica. Businesses, I have L7 funding. My wife has Legally 7 consultants. The dividend stocks, of course, we're huge on that. And of course, you legends already know I have 6 drip accounts. I'm in the farms, I'm in the dog pound, I'm in the pools, whatever. So create them different income streams and just continue to have them grow with that leftover income. Okay, now, how is your cash flow? Now, hopefully all the legends have, especially if you're new, have gotten the Every Dollar app that I recommended. Now, that is one thing I recommend because that has nothing to do with anything. That's just knowing where every single dollar. If you make $1,000 a month, if you're making $12,000 a month, you should know where every single dollar went. Every single dollar. Anyhow, so here is how's your cash flow. You should know. Are you in the poor category, which means your income comes in and you just pay expenses? You have nothing down here, no assets, not even any liabilities. That means you don't even own a house. Now, middle class, you get your income coming in, and then you go pay for your liabilities, your car loan, your mortgage, credit cards, and student loans. And of course, then you have your taxes up here and everything else. Now, this is where you need to have your mindset. Why? Okay, what the rich do. You have your income coming in, all those that we just discussed over here, all this income right there on the right. We have all the income coming in right here in green. So now what we want to do with it is use that income to purchase the assets. The same way Forex is setting us up in the animal farm. You buy your dogs, stake them, get the B&B. Get the pig pen, go into the pig pen, get your pigs, put them in the pig pen, get the B&B, the BUSD out. And that's what you spend without selling your assets. And that's exactly what the rich people do. You see it right here. Good example. Rich Dad was talking about his wife, Kim, wanted a Mercedes. I think so. And he was like, okay, well, you want the new car? Let's go buy an apartment building. He went and bought an apartment building to pay for the Mercedes. Then once the car is paid off, then all the rest of the profit is theirs. That's what you have to do. You have to get the proper mindset. So getting the pigs now and getting your dogs now and staking them in there, it's the same thing as drip. What we're doing, we're taking our cash, our fiat currency, buy B&B, and convert it straight to drip. Then we take the drip and we put it into the drip vault. Then we get the drip dividends every single day, our 1% a day. And that's what we live on. Then We take those drips that we have available, and that's what we do here, and we put them into these other income streams. Simple process. You have to have the right mindset. And these poor, middle, and rich categories or cash flow quadrants, you could say, not really, yeah, you could say that. They're also mindsets. They're also mindsets, and that's what you have to understand. So you want the flow, you want your assets to pay your income. You get the rental income here, you buy more assets. And it's just a continuous flow, back and forth, back and forth. Whew. Okay, let's go into the mindset. You have the poverty mindset, the poor. The middle class mindset stayed the same. And then the rich or the wealth mindset. I'm not going to go through all of these. Please stop the video right here and look it over. And the biggest thing I wanted to take note of here is the possessions of the poverty. Now I know you see it all the time. You can go by an apartment building and you'll drive by and you see all these Mercedes, Land Rovers, Hummers, or whatever. They're at the apartment building. So the people got a $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 vehicle and paying the landlord, making him rich by living in an apartment. The poverty mindset is really, really, really terrible. And it's almost, and it's something like, if you don't know that you don't know. But that's why I created this FIRE series, because I want to bring awareness to it. So if one of my legends didn't know, you have no excuse now, because now you know. And anyhow, in the possessions, it's the people in the poverty. In the middle class, it's things. Now here, you're like, oh, I want the big house. I want that new Suburban. I want my kids going to the private school. It's things. It's things. But when you get over here to the rich and the wealthy, it's one-of-a-kind objects. You want that rare King Tut treasure, or whatever commodity, or whatever it is. And it's about leaving legacies. It's a total different mindset. And here, in this, so really the top two is the biggest things. In the poverty, it's to be used and spent. Now, when I was growing up, my mom was a single mom. She had me at 16. It was really my grandmother that raised me. So even my bedroom in me and mom's apartment was so small. I owned 2 homes before my mom even purchased her first house. That's how the generations is different. And you should always want better for your generations that come after you. Like my kids, I want something really better for them. But then for my grandbaby, I want it even better for her. And that's why we're doing what we're doing here. And then in the middle class, the money is to be managed. You try to control it. But the wealthy is to be conserved and invested. That's it, to make more money. You get the money in, they come into the Army force, and then you send them back out to go gather more. That's what you do. So please take the time, go through the different titles over here with time. We know how important it is to me with time. Read through these. And then same thing with clothing. Oh, I had to touch on this. The poor folks, poor and the middle class, walking around the Balenciaga, Yeezys, and all that bullshit. A waste of time, a waste of money. It's clothing. You can look at my closet. I'll shop in the Gap, and I can wear the same Gap clothes for years, especially when I was active duty, because every Monday through Friday I wore a uniform every day. My sneakers would last me years. My Adidas with the web toe, really showing my age, would last for years because Monday through Friday I wore my uniform and my combat boots. So it's totally different. Then you look at the clothing over here. Clothing value for its artistic sense and expression. Designer is important. And I don't know about that. I can't see spending some money on Balenciaga sneakers when they look the same as Stan Smith Adidas to me. I'd rather spend $55 on the Stan Smith Adidas than the Balenciaga, because like I said, my mindset has been changed since I was 23. So it's totally different. And I know that I have my kids and my grandbaby that I'm leaving the legacy for. Anyhow, so please take the time and go over the mindset. because it starts now. Because the way you form your mindset is the way you're going to raise your kids. And if you can raise your kids over here in the wealth mindset, which is, having priority. Okay, you make $10, take $5, invest it, and then you can spend the other $5 or put $250 away for an emergency, and then you can go spend the other $250. But the earlier you start your kids in that mindset, that makes all the difference. Like I was saying, my kids went to my 27-year-old and my 20-year-old are in Florida right now in Palm Beach at the Tony Robbins mentorship, the Unleash the Power Within. And that's where they are. Because there's some things that me and my wife, we can't do. I mean, for us to say it is not the same as them seeing Tony Robbins do it. And then they had the lady that did the makeup line with L'Oreal, and she's a billionaire and all kind of stuff. But it's providing the opportunities to your kids. And my 13-year-old wanted to go. So when they come to Dallas in March, we're going to take him to one. He hasn't been to one yet. But my daughter had already been to one previously with me to see Rich Dad, Poor Dad. So we met Robert Kiyosaki. I met Mike Maloney. That's right. When the Gold and Silver book came out, Mike Maloney signed my book in gold with a gold pin. Man, that was a really great experience, a really great time for her. And then my son moved me to a recession-proof mentorship that I was in Atlanta, and it blew his mind. But these are the kind of things that you have to spend your money on instead of having your kids going out here to concerts and stuff like that. For them to go out here and see some rapper or some entertainer, how is that affecting their lives? How is that bettering their lives? That's the way you have to look at it. That's why me and my wife, we paid for the tickets to send them to Florida. We paid for the hotel. The only thing the kids paid for out of their own money was the food. That was it. Because we're trying to set them up for life, especially they're 20 and 27. If we would have had this kind of information when we were that age, life would be totally different. Maybe I wouldn't have joined the Air Force. You never know. Anyhow, let's continue. Okay, again, so how's your cash flow? Like I said, this goes hand in hand with the cash flow quadrants. And Forex created and designed the animal farm and drip to enable us to be able to purchase the asset, stake it, and then live off the dividend without ever needing to sell the asset. And he's stated that many, many times, especially in the last 3 or 4 months, he's been driving that home, that he wants us to be like the wealthy, purchase the asset, stake it, and then live off the dividends without ever having to sell it. And your net worth is not a great indicator of wealth. Cash flow and freedom measure it a whole lot better. Like right now, granted, I don't make $1 gazillion a year or whatever, but I have all the cash flow I need, and I have 100% freedom. I can stay here sitting in the lab right now and don't move for another year. My money is still going to flow in every single day, every single month. That's the difference. We can pick up today. Well, the baby's still in 8th grade, and move to Aruba like we wanted to do. And it won't matter. We just put him in online school at Laurel Springs and continue. That's what freedom is. Okay, let me continue. The velocity of money, how fast your money changes hands, is critical when you're building your cash flow and your income streams. Because I see some of the other YouTubers, and I see the wallets, and some people have 600, 700, 800 drip tokens sitting in the wallet. Once it goes to the available, it's dead money. That drip is worthless. No, it's not worthless. It's just not doing any good for you. Now, granted, I have some sitting in my wallet, but that's the drip that I purchased in order to do my airdrops. But to have 600, 700, 800 drips sitting there, if you don't need it, then why do you not take it and create another wallet? Put it back to work so that 600, 700, 800 drip is getting 1% a day. That's what I'm talking about, the velocity of money and money movement strategies. But like I said, this is an individual endeavor. They do what they want to do. I'm just talking to my legends. So my legends have an idea. And that's why I'm saying you have to have a plan. And this is where your COPs are so important, because your money should never be stagnant. That money should be out making more money. And that money should be earning more money every 24 hours, if not every minute, every second, and everything like that. And again, the velocity of money is how fast your money changes hands. You have to ensure that your money you earn is reinvested as soon as possible into more income producing options. That's what it has to do. So when you're in your drip faucet, either you're going to hydrate or claim. If you're going to hydrate, it's going to continue to grow. If you're going to claim, it should be going somewhere. It should be going to another income stream. Either you're going into your infinite banking account. Either it's going into the farm or going into a pool. It's going, oh, you're going to buy some more dividend stocks because the stocks are really low right now. And like I'm saying, I'm trying to stack up on my old realty company because it pays a great dividend. That's what you're supposed to be doing. That money should never be stagnant, just sitting in your available, because at that point, it's almost in a coma. Just like you had ETH before the farm opened up and you had your ETH and BTC just sitting there, just rotten or in a coma. That's the same as having your money sitting in and available, because at that point, it's just sleep. It's not doing anything for you. It's not gaining the 1%. It's not doing anything. Okay, let me continue because I'll be ranting. Okay, again, how's your cash flow? Like I said, you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. That's why Forex gave us so many options. We got almost 19 farms and 5 different pools to choose from. Spread your money around. So if one investment stream dries up, that's a good a good one, especially with drip, or slows down, you still have others to choose from. And that's the same way with the farms and the pools. You see the APRs. Cake's still one of the best ones with the APRs. I'm talking to my legends. Legends know. And you hear me say it in every video: increase your knowledge, reduce your risk. You have to always try to increase your financial investment education and your investment knowledge. And this is a great one here. K1 over W2. That's like assets over liabilities, or collaboration over competition. It's the same with K1 over W2. Business partners, because that's your business tax return there, the K1, over being an employee and getting the W2. And this is from Jim Rohn. If you don't know who he is, look him up. Wages earn a living. Profits earn a fortune. Couldn't say it better myself. Now, here's the wealth pyramids. I'm not sure if you've ever seen this before. You start at the bottom and you work your way up to the top. We'll just look at a quick glance on the one on the left here. Your life insurance. These are the things that you need to have in place before you continue to move up and move up and move up. So you need to have life insurance. I've said that many, many times, because that's a big thing. So a lot of folks don't like to talk about death. In the military, we didn't have an option. You had to have life insurance. You had to have a family care plan. So if something happened to me and I had to deploy, or when my wife was both active duty at the same time and we had to both deploy at the same time, deployment means that I'm going to be overseas somewhere in Turkey, Kuwait, Iraq, whatever. And we had to have a family care plan, because if they called me at 9 o'clock, say, Mike, you got 3 hours to get ready. I had 3 hours. Hey, mom, come get the kids. My mom would fly there. She had all the paperwork she needed to take them to the doctor, whatever. She can go into the commissary. She can go to the BX. That's a family care plan. And you should have a family care plan whether you're military or not, because things happen. If you get in a car accident and your parents have to come, do they know where all your paperwork is? Do they have the power of attorney to take your kids, their own grandkids, to the doctor? Because if you don't, they can't do anything. Folks, you got to understand. Okay, anyhow, trust income, business ownership, land ownership, that's owning your house, or rental houses, asset creation. This is where you start getting them assets. You get your own, even if you purchase your first house, and we know it's a liability at that point, even if you moved out to a rental house and rented your own house out, now you got rental income coming in. Move on up, your retirement savings, your business equity, real estate ownership, bam, asset appreciation, that's drip, and the farm savings. We know it's not really, you want to invest. And then you're investing in your stocks, bonds, mutual funds, entrepreneurship. If you're going to create a new business, venture capital, you can always lend your money out. You can be a hard money lender or a private money lender. There's so many options, especially with drip. When you got $100,000 sitting on the side, man, please. Earned income, we're trying to move away, because we're trying to move to the right side of the quadrant, in the cash flow quadrant. Then you have your short-term trading of stocks and options. I don't do the options. I'm in it for the long term, or CDs. We're definitely going to have drip replace that. Money market, disposable income. Then I here at the top, cryptocurrency, risk capital, disposable and surplus cash. This is when we're making all that money coming from drip, because when we were doing this back here, this money was coming from drip. This is not even your income, your earned income you have coming in from your job. So for you to be able to FIRE shouldn't be a big issue. It's like I say, people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. You just need to plan accordingly. So again, review these, the 2 different pyramids here, and just look and make sure you have all these things in place. Because because you don't want to be caught off guard. You want to be as ready as you possibly can. And like I say, having a family care plan as a regular civilian in an everyday job, it don't matter what your job is, you should be there, because you get in a car accident on the way home. I don't want nothing to happen to my legends. And you and your other significant other are incapacitated in the hospital, and somebody has to come in and take care of them. Will they be able to do it? If you don't have the stuff in place, if then your kid goes to school and break a leg, and like when I broke my ankle in Krav Maga, I had to get the pin put in there, in the plate, in the 7 pins. If that person that's coming to take care of your kids can't do that, they can't take them to the doctor because they don't have power of attorney, a medical power of attorney to say, okay, yeah, give my kids this vaccine or give them this kids this life-saving surgery. You're failing your kids. Okay, let me continue. Okay, creating your financial legacy. This is your kids. Now, everybody know why I created Legacy 7 is for 7 generations from me and my wife. We created everything because our parents did not have the opportunity. We have the opportunity. My kids even got a big opportunity. My 20-year-old, he can sit there and he does the options in the stocks and stuff and trading with the crypto, and he can make $1,000 in a day. Besides for his drip account, besides for him doing cybersecurity at the credit union here. It's just setting up your kids for success. And it's not me giving them, and my wife giving them everything. They earn it. Jay was working at the commissary getting the bagging groceries. Now, my daughter was a different case because we were living in Costa Rica, and you couldn't have a job in Costa Rica until you were 18. So when she graduated, she went straight to the Air Force. So it's totally different. Anyhow, number 1, control your flow, control your cash flow. We already seen that. Change the family's mindset. That was that poor, the middle class, and the wealth mindset. You're going to have to structure that so your kids understand what's important. Spending $150 on Jordans, $200, $1,000 on Jordans. I'm watching something on TikTok or YouTube yesterday, and the guy asked him what was the most expensive pair of shoes they had in the sneaker resale store. It was $7,700. You're going to put $7,700 on your feet. You know what $7,700 could do in drip or in an animal farm? That's what you got to teach your kids. Now, anyhow. Whew, okay. Get a will in place, your life insurance. People, I don't give a damn if you don't want to talk about death. It's coming. Whether you want to or not. As soon as you were born, you're just that much closer to going again, to leaving. You need to have a will in place. You need to have all your life insurance in place. Leave the kids something. Teach the kid not to sell the family home. My mom and all my uncles are regretting our grandmother's house we had in North Carolina. It's just a shack. The drug dealers done moved in and everything. Nobody took care of it, and nobody wanted it. I don't know why. Anyhow, let me continue. Teach your kids financial responsibility and pass it on. For you to possess all this information and not pass it on, you're failing your kids, and you're failing your grandkids, and so on and so on and so on. You have the opportunity right now to change your legacy. Like I said, me and my wife are going 7 generations deep. Me and my wife, we're legacy 7, number 1. Then my kids, the 4 kids in the middle, they got to go 7 generations deep. Then my grandbaby, going to go 7 generations deep. There will never be another legacy 7 person in our family that will ever have to go to a bank to get a car, to go to the bank to get a house. My son want to start his restaurant when he graduates in 2027. He's going to go to our UIL account, our infinite banking account, here, write the check, and go buy his restaurant. In the discussion, because we set him up, and he sees me making these videos, and he's like, "Dad, why are you saying all it?" Because it's too much information to share, and me having the knowledge and not passing it on, I'm failing. And it's just in me that whatever I'm going to do the best. That's why when I said, when I'm creating the YouTube channel, I'm not going to just do the YouTube channel. Oh yeah, drip $800 tomorrow. I don't know. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do the damn best job that I can. Period. Like I said, if I don't even make it to 1,000 subscribers, the 667 that I have right now, I'm perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Let me continue. See, I just get carried away. Excuse me. All right. Number 4, teach and help build their personal credit, putting them on as an authorized user. My youngest is 13. He's been an authorized user on my USA MasterCard since 2020. Yeah, since 2020. And my middle son that's 20 now, he's had his American Express card from me, the green card, since he was 14. He's now 20. And when Jay graduated high school in 2020, he had a 747 FICO score. He got him his 350Z in August or September the same year. And after he had that and it went on his credit report, he went to a 787 FICO score. We did the same thing with my daughter. She had the same thing. Shoot, the other day, matter of fact, right before they went to Florida, she got her American Express Platinum card. You have to set your kids up for success. And Jay, he has the matter of fact, he has the American Express card with him now. You have to set them up and so they understand it and how to control it, and not that it's free money. It's just I guess I'm gonna have to do an MP on that. Whew. Okay, number 5. Build your passive income in your retirement savings. We already know, again, you can go back a couple of screens back in the video and look at the different opportunities or options you have to create passive income. Passive income is real passive income when you don't have to trade your time. Going out here and side hustling is not passive income. I don't give a damn what you want to call it. It is not income because your ass is out here trading time for the money. Passive income is when we wake up in the morning, all of us legends, and we look at our drip account, like where mine is sitting right now. I have 90 drips sitting in my account every 24 hours. That's passive income. The only thing I have to do is walk over here, hit that hydrate button or my claim button to send it to my wallet, depending on what I want to do with it. That's passive income. It's no time in there. It's every 24 hours. Bam, 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 tick, tick, tick. Number 6, invest effectively, not in a savings account, not in a regular CD where you're earning a whole 1% for the year. When we have drip, then we earn 1% a day. It's a big difference. And you have to know the difference between savings and investing. Savings, like Rich Dad says, are for losers. Savings, you might as well just stick it under your mattress. And then you're already losing with inflation, especially the way inflation is now. With the gas price, the food price, the mortgage interest is going up crazy. They just raised it up another 0.75 basis points the other day and still saying they got one more before the end of the year. Number 7, your return, your risk, your time frame, inflation, and liquidity are all basis of your decision on where and how you invest. Because if you go out to your bank and you want to get a CD, for example, and you need it for 6 months, but they only have 1 year or longer CDs for you to get that whole 1%, that's going to affect your time frame. But your return, your risk, your time frame, inflation, and liquidity, all of those right there is the reason to invest in drip. Because you set the time frame of hydration. We already know the return, 1% a day on whatever we put in there. The risk, like I say, everything is risky. Like I said, you could put under your mattress and you're still going to lose to inflation. So it's all, hey, all right, let's continue because I'll just start rambling. Now, out brief. We discussed the income streams and how many you need. You can only determine how many you need. If you need 4 income streams to hit your goal, to make sure that you have the funds there when you're ready to fire, that's what you need to do. We went over some income ideas that to choose from. Choose the ones that's going to be fun for you. Like if you know that you love to create an ebook, create the ebook. Create an ebook based on recipes. If you cook, whatever your niche is, do that. Because I had Legacy 7 funding that does the business, personal, and real estate funding, and they was like, Mike, you need to do a mentorship. Do you do mentorships? Like, no, I'm just trying to ensure that people that need the funding get the funding. It's just, and I only did that because I just saw the need for it. It wasn't never really all about the funds. Like I say, I really enjoy doing the videos and helping my legends out, and because I get the feedback instantly, the same way I did with the funding too. Okay, then we have, of course, your basics, budgeting for your basics and budgeting for your extracurricular activities. And please ensure when you write your budget, you include that in there. Traveling, sightseeing. Because like I said, when we was in Costa Rica, they had everything built there. We had the sanctuary in on the Caribbean side. Was it on the Caribbean side? Yeah, we had the Sloth Sanctuary. We got to go to the sanctuary. Manuel Antonio Park. Costa Rica has its own amusement park, so we didn't have to go anywhere. We had the water slides there. Of course, the zip lining. That was the first time I ever went zip lining. There was so many things to do there. shoot, for all of 2011, we didn't leave. 2012, we came back to see my mom in New York. And in 2013, we came to Texas to see my daughter graduate from basic training. Any other time, there was no need to leave Costa Rica. We were, like I say, we didn't need a vacation because we were on vacation. We were living the vacation. You know, the kids would go to school. Friday, we pick them up from school. We go stay at our beach house in Pueblo Escondida. I think that's how you pronounce it. My Spanish is not good. Yeah. And that's what we would do. And other than that, we were doing something. I mean, it was so great. I mean, we lived like a block from the park. We went over to the park. We'd fly kites. The kids would go skateboarding. My other son had the scooter. They played. Man, I'm telling you, life was great in Costa Rica. And one thing I want to bring up, and I tell the kids all the time, when we left to go to Costa Rica in 2011, we left everything in storage because the Air Force had already packed everything up because I had retired. So the Air Force came to the house, packed everything up and put it in storage for us. And then we packed, the only thing we took with us to Costa Rica was clothes. We moved into the condo. Like I said, it was 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3.5 bath. And I tell my kids all the time, I was so proud of them. The fact that we lived in Costa Rica for 3 years. We had 2 TVs in the whole condo. There was one in the living room and one in the master bedroom. The kids never complained. The kids didn't have cell phones. Never complained. We had the video game, and I think me and Jay might have played the Wii football once or twice in those 3 years. Kids never complained. And it's what I'm saying is it's just that the kids understand what was real and what meant the most. The electronics and all that kind of stuff, I'm telling you, they didn't complain one time. And it means so much to me and my wife. And I tell my wife, I said, we raised our kids right. They didn't complain about nothing. And especially to have had it and then to leave it behind is something different. When you don't have it, and when they didn't have it in the beginning, you can't miss what you never had. But man, I'm telling you, it meant everything to me and my wife. And I said, we did what we were supposed to do. We raised our kids right. And I tell the kids, even to today, I tell them all the time, when we were gone them 3 years, they understood what was important. And that was going to the park, flying kites. And I don't even see the kids here in Texas doing that. I don't care if the temperature or nothing, but it's just not the same. Okay, income streams, we went over. Budgeting your cash flow, income and outgo. You need to have your everyday app, every dollar app, so you know where that money is going. Like I say, if you're making $12,000 a month, you should know where every single of one of those $12,000 is going, what it's doing, and making sure that it's doing what it's supposed to be doing. How's your cash flow? That again, where's the money going? And then, of course, we ended on leaving a financial legacy. Making sure that you leave your generations with the information and the know-how, because there's no need to create the wealth if you're not going to leave the legacy or your kids and the grandkids how to take care of it. Because I can't remember how the saying goes. The first generation creates the wealth. The second generation spends it. The third generation destroys it. Then it's all gone after the third generation. Not here, legacy 7. Mine is 7 generations, and each generation has to leave it for 7 generations deep. That's it. Whew. And again, folks, I'm going to say it every time. If you don't want to watch the video, don't watch the video or stop before you get to the end. Time is the most precious commodity on the planet. And you have to understand this because you don't have a lot of time. When you come out of your mom, you're on that train, and that train is going. It's going to go through all your life. It's going to go through going pre-K, kindergarten, grade school, high school, college, into the workforce, marriage, kids, retirement. It's not going to stop until that day your heart stops. That's it. So you need to do everything. You need to have all the trains stopping or sightseeing and all that living in between. That's why, and I always say, when I was doing honor guard in the Air Force, and you go to the cemetery and you look at a tombstone, and all on tombstone is 1950 to 2000 and a little dash in the middle. That dash is everything. That dash is where, so for mine, it'd be hit the date and whatever date I'm going. When they look at mine, it's going to say dad, father, husband, whatever. My time in the Air Force, my 24 years in the Air Force, and all the things that I did, my Legacy 7, the businesses and all the things that we create here and whatever. The dash is what matters. The dash is where you got to do everything. That's where you were living. Getting married, having the kids, having the grandkids, making the memories squared, doing the enjoying the experiences, the E squared, the M squared. That's what everything with that dash. And that's what you have to focus on. The time is ticking. Tick, tick, tick. And as always, this is for informational and educational purposes only. Never intended as any type of financial advice because I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing some information, helping my legends to be able to set that fire date and fire on schedule. And always remember the 3. Crypto is an individual endeavor. You do what's best for you, your family, and your family's finances. Number 2, we have the best community, 125,000 strong, and the best development department in all of crypto, Forex and the team. They're unmatched. And we got the number 4 trader in the world for Forex. That's why he got the name, of course. And number 3, increase your knowledge, reduce your risk. The MP series is increasing steadily. Soon we'll be at 60 different videos. None of the videos are repeats. Please use them to your advantage. Create your own playlist. If you're not understanding what I'm talking about, this is your first time seeing one of the MPs, go back to the channel, click on playlist, then go to the Mission Possible series playlist, click on view playlist, and it will show you all 52 videos at this current time that's there in that series. And then you get into the video that you want. And there's one for every single part of the drip ecosystem in the animal farm. That's it. So please like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all of my legends, you have 7 seconds. Let the videos go. You'll see what I'm talking about. Engage.